Dear friends, welcome to Learning About. In this video, I've come up with another very good and an exciting news. So after a gap of like 2 to 3 weeks, a mass hiring has been announced, and this time this mass hiring is from Infosys, and this is not a very ordinary hiring. So this is like a high package hiring. So the two roles, okay, so for freshers, the digital specialist engineer and specialist programmer. So first profile number 1, specialist programmer. So it is an entry-level role in the Power Programmer stream at Infosys. Now specialist programmers are programming polyglots. So polyglots, they are people who can who know and can use multiple languages, and here of course languages refer to the programming languages. So these specialist programmers are programming polyglots who are experts in deep programming, full stack capabilities, high complexity coding, developing rapid applications, platforms, and building technology enabled solutions, right? And the second role is digital specialist engineer. Now this role was formerly known as systems engineer specialist. Now this role requires full stack capabilities and skills like analytics, AI and automation, big data, cloud, cybersecurity, data consulting, and digital commerce, interaction and marketing, right? So digital specialist engineer work across business units of Infosys on special projects to develop integrated applications and to bring agility in development with DevSecOps culture. Now coming to the very important part, salary. Okay, so for this specialist programmer, the annual package is like 9.5 lakhs per annum, and for digital specialist engineer it is 6.25 lakhs per annum. So that's the salary. Now coming to the important dates, so the registration last date is Sunday 17th July 2022, but please do not wait until the last date. If you are eligible and willing, just go for it immediately. Sometimes the form doesn't work, sometimes like the form is closed earlier in some case of some companies, right? So the last date given is 17th July, but just go for it immediately. And the test date, see usually what happens in case of Infosys is that, let's say 17th July is the last day to apply. So they conduct exam on Sunday 24th July, usually it is, okay, and 2 days before this, okay, so let's say on 22nd or 21st, okay, now they send the assessment communication to the shortlisted candidates, right? So 2 to 3 days before they send the assessment communication to the shortlisted candidates, and on 24th July you can expect the exam. Now this is not the official one, I'm saying based on the past trend, okay, right? And the interview date you can expect, like once the assessment is over, within like a week or two, like 10 to 14 days we can expect the results, and subsequently like within a week of the results you can expect the interview. Sometimes it's even immediate in case of some candidates, okay, right? Like when I say immediate, like in 2 days time you get to have the interview after the declaration of results, right? Now coming to the educational qualification, like BE, BTech, ME, MTech, MCA and MSc 5 years integrated course graduates, okay, can apply for this. Now there are only this option is given only for some select branches. The branches are computer science engineering, information science and engineering, electronics and communication engineering, IT, basically like EC, IT and EEE, electronics and telecommunication engineering, mathematics and computing. So these are the branches that are eligible for this particular hiring. See, percentage criteria is not mentioned in the particular communication that I got, okay, but usually they ask for like 60% throughout. When I say throughout, like in 10th, 12th and UG and PG, like you have to have a minimum of 60%. Now what you see on screen is a communication was sent to one of the colleges, not for the current hiring but for an earlier hiring, okay. So I'm just putting a sample here, but basically you can assume that you need a 60% throughout, right? So there should not be, of course, like active backlogs, and year of passing 2022, 2021, 2020 and 2019, 4 batches are eligible for this particular hiring. And regarding like the recent or previous appearance, nothing has been mentioned, right? Nothing has been mentioned in the communication that I got, but usually they say like those who have participated in the last 3 months need not apply, okay. So that's the tricky part, because the last hiring for this happened, the last date, if I remember right, was April 17th, okay. Now this is July 17th, okay. So if you have appeared in the last 3 months, need not apply, okay, is what they have mentioned. But if you look at the previous hiring, okay, if you have appeared for, I'm not sure about this particular one, but if you have appeared for the system engineer hiring, I think you can still apply for this. Okay, if only if you have applied for, you know, like these two roles, probably you may not you may not be eligible. Like if you have appeared in the last 3 months, you may not be eligible, but otherwise I think you can go for it. But however, okay, if you are eligible and if you have the knowledge and ability, I think you can just go for it. So if they shortlist you, attend it. Okay, so I think all you need to do is like spend 10 minutes in filling up the form. Okay, so just go for it. But usually, like in the last 3 months, if you have appeared for any of the Infosys process, you're not eligible, with an exception of system engineer. So this is the regular practice. I'm not sure about this time though, right? Now coming to the selection process, so there is an online test and then subsequently a virtual interview. Now again, so online interview, how many questions are asked, okay, all that is not shared, right? So they've just mentioned online test and virtual interview. Now online test, okay, so sometimes they say like it's like 3 coding questions and 3 hours, and at different levels, like you know, like so easy, medium, hard. Okay, sometimes some candidates have got only like 2 coding questions, like medium and difficult. Okay, 2 coding questions and 1.5 hours, right? And the platform, I think usually it is like HackerRank platform, wherein you have to take the test. Okay, so it could be like 2 coding questions or 3 coding questions. So just get prepared for this, right? And subsequent to to this coding round. Okay, so those who qualify this coding round will get the interview. And interview, sometimes I think for some in some cases it's like even interviews like 2 rounds, right? But whatever it is, as far as I have known, you know, like even in the interview, candidates get coding questions. Okay, so you are given a coding question and you are given like 20 minutes or 30 minutes to solve that, and all that happens. Apart from that, of course, you would have guessed you should be very strong in data structures and algorithms, right? And programming logic, like in programming languages like Java or Python, etc. So programming logic, coding, so given any problem you should be able to solve. Okay, and also like you should be very strong in DSA. And apart from that, data structures and algorithms and programming logic, you should also have knowledge in DBMS, even operating system, networks, etc. Because like, see, when you should be ready for full stack capabilities and all that, right? So you should know like almost all the like basics, and you should be very strong in the basics. Okay, right? So those who qualify, and of course even you can expect questions in project and all that. Okay, so in your whatever project you have done, why did you, I mean, of course, of all the regular questions like why did you choose a particular technology for that project and all that. So all these questions you can expect. Okay, right? All the regular and popular questions you can expect, right, when it comes to programming and all that. So get prepared for that. So online test and virtual interview, those who who qualify this will get the offer. Now how to apply? So there's only single link. Those who are eligible, just click on that link, right? So I'll show you what are the stuff that are asked here. So of course you have to fill in your name, date of birth, gender, email ID, contact number, address for communication, and then your education details like 10th, 12th diploma, UG, PG, your CGPA, your college, university, board, all that you have to fill. Okay, if you have any active backlog, like gap if any, and if there are any gaps, you have to give also the reason why gap. Okay, and of course you have to upload your resume in your PDF format, and you have to upload your passport size photograph in a image, format. Okay, and you have to upload your college ID card or government ID card in the PDF format, right? And you have to also fill whether you have appeared for any of the Infosys process earlier. Okay, at what stage did you appear? Okay, whether it was the assessment or the interview, right, or you got the offer, right? So those updates you have to those information also you have to fill, right? If you have already appeared, you have to fill that, otherwise you can just mention no. So totally I think there are about 93 or so answers to be filled. Okay, 93 or 95 answers to be, I think 93 columns to be filled. So depending upon, okay, so your UG or a PG and all that. Okay, so you will somewhere when you come around 43 or 45 columns if you have filled, okay, I think it'll show you the submit button. So you have to give a declaration like wherein you have to fill in your name, date of, not date of birth, the date of on which you are filling and all that, okay, and then you have to click on the submit button, right? See, usually once you get the submit button, you get a prompt message, okay, wherein you have successfully submitted and all that, but you don't get a mail. Usually you don't get a mail, okay. When do you get a mail? The shortlisted candidates, like I said earlier, the shortlisted candidates get a mail 2 or 3 days before the assessment, right? So that's how usually it is, right? Fine. Now I hope the information that I have provided here was useful to you. If you have any questions, please post your questions in the comment section below. Now if that question is a kind of like a more of a like a personally you have a doubt or you don't want to put a comment there, then of course you can reach me through my Instagram handle, okay. You can send a direct message there, right? If you want any screenshots and stuff like that, okay, also you can do in Instagram, right? Now, if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great day.